Okay then, let's cut straight to the point. As you can see from my title up here, this is my WWF In Your House 13 review slash thoughts video now. Some of you may or may not know, but I'm doing a little series where I'm going to go through all the pay-per-views from 1997. I think there was like 9 or 10 pay-per-views. I don't think they're doing them every month then. I'm going to go through all the pay-per-views, review them all, because I'm watching all the pay-per-views and all the Raws from that year, you know, just to go back and relive it all, just to have something different from what's on now, because I'm getting a bit bored of what's going on. So, but anyway, I said all that in the last video, so let's get straight to the card. The first match was Marvelous Mark Merrow with Sable, and he defeated Leif Cassidy, who is Al Snow basically. It was a pretty good match. Both guys can work an alright match, especially Al Snow. None of them are amazing wrestlers, but both are alright. It was an okay match. It lasted 9 minutes 30 seconds. It says on this Wikipedia page is what I'm reading the results of. Nothing really I can say of this. Sable was just picking up her stride. Like the fans were really overawed with Sable. Like, whoa, this woman's beautiful. We want to see more of her. So that was like the main reason why Mark Merrow, well, not the main reason, but this is what part of the reason Mark Merrow was getting more of a more used and more face time, because they wanted Sable to be seen more and more. Next match was Farouk, Crush and Savio Vega defeating Bart Gunn, Goldust and Flash Funk. Now, I remember as I was watching this, I was like, what a random combination, Bart Gunn, Goldust and Flash Funk. They've literally just taken 3 guys from the mid-card, not even mid-card, lower mid-card, and just thrown them all together and said, right, go against the Nation of Domination. Obviously, because it was just 3 guys thrown together against an established stable, you knew who was going to win from the start. It was the Nation of Domination, Farouk, Crush and Savio. I cannot remember the finish of the match. I watched this about a month ago. I should have reviewed it before now, but I didn't really have time. Anyway, yeah, from the top of my head, it was an okay match, because you got Flash Funk, who's like really good, and he only just made his debut a few months before, so it was just like trying to get into the WWE and just trying to impress. So he did a few decent things, a good moon. Can't really explain what it was. It was like a moonsault over the top rope, sort of a plancha sort of thing. I can't really explain. It was pretty decent. Then we had The Rock, Rocky Maivia, defending his newly won Intercontinental title against Triple H. Now, he just won it on Thursday, Raw Thursday. For those of you who don't know what Thursday, Raw Thursday is, it was a show that they did where they couldn't do Raw on a Monday for some reason, so they did it on Thursday and called it Thursday, Raw Thursday. They called it Thursday, Raw Thursday so that they put the Thursday in there twice, just to emphasise the fact to people who's watching on the adverts home that it's on Thursday. It's not going to be on Monday, it's the same Raw, but it's on Thursday. So Thursday, Raw, Thursday. Really emphasising that Thursday to get it across, which is a good thing to always do, is to really get across when these shows are to the fans, so the fans always know when it's on, which is a good thing. So yeah, The Rock surprisingly beat Triple H on one of these episodes, which was probably one of the better episodes from '97 that I've seen so far. And he won the IC title and he defended it. It was an okay match. Now, the problem is with this, that The Rock was quite a green wrestler at this time. He'd only been wrestling in the WWF since November, and this is, what, February, so only 4 months, so he wasn't really setting the world on fire. But this is Triple H versus The Rock, but it wasn't nowhere near as good as it should have been. Nowhere near as good as their 99 matches, for example, 2 years' time. But it was an okay little match. And like I said, The Rock successfully defended the title and came out of it. Next up, we had WWF Tag Team Champions, the British Bulldog and Owen Hart, defending against Philip LaFon and Doug Furnas. Now, I really like Philip LaFon and I really like Doug Furnas. WWE at Survivor Series 1996 debuted a lot of wrestlers. This tag team, I'm pretty sure, debuted at that Survivor Series. Flash Funk debuted then, The Rock debuted then, and all these guys were used on this card. They brought in a lot of guys on that card for the first time that the mainstream audience was finally going to see them. They might have had them on house shows and stuff, but as how old was I then? 6 years old, 96, so I was 8 years old. I wouldn't have known that they were on these house show cards. This is my first time seeing them, and then they were all used in this card. And I really like Furnas and LaFon. I thought they were an interesting tag team. They'd been travelled all over the world, or so we were told. I'm pretty sure they wrestled in Japan and stuff like that. Obviously trained in Canada, because I think they were both French Canadian. But they were an okay little tag team. I remember being a fan of them back in the day. This was a really good match. You know, the British Bulldog was fantastic in this match, and Owen Hart was really good as well. I might be mixing it up with a Raw match, but I'm pretty sure it's this match I'm thinking of. Yeah, they were fantastic in this match. Basically, from the Raw Rumble, Owen Hart accidentally eliminated the British Bulldog, where Jim Ross on the commentary was constantly making it out like, oh, Owen did that on purpose, so he threw Davey out on purpose. So constantly on every Raw, the Bulldog and Owen would just like argue with each other, and then Jim Ross would be hyping it up on commentary like, oh, there's dissension in the ranks, there's dissension in the ranks. They might have been building towards a split off, but I don't think they ever did, because they ended up going towards the Hart Foundation. But anyway, that's for another day. But yeah, so that was the main part of the storyline, was that Owen Hart and Bulldog are on the verge of splitting up, and then they're going against this hot new tag team, Furnace and the Fun, and can Furnace and the Fun win? The Bulldog and Owen combo were solid, in control of this match, about to win. Bulldog's got him up for the power slam, and Owen Hart gets his slammy, because at the time he was walking around with his slammies in his title belt, and he hits, I think it was LaFon, no, I think it's Furnace actually, he hits with the slammy, and the referee sees it, causes disqualification. So Furnace and LaFon win, even though that the Bulldog and Owen were going to win without, they didn't even need that shot, and it's sort of a thing where like Owen didn't want the Davey to outshine him. That was the main part of the storyline. Sorry, I probably said that a lot, but that was the main part of the feud between them, was that Owen did not want Davey to outshine him, and Owen felt that Davey was outshining him, so he was doing these little things just to get back in the spotlight. They'd do the things where when they was walking to the ring, Davey would be in front of him, and then Owen would, like, he'd have his arms up in the air, then Owen would just sneak underneath and go like that. So like he was in the spotlight and he was the gap man out in front. It was a nice little thing. It's really good. Owen works really well as that jealous heel, jealous of Davey, and then they made up on Raw and stuff like that. But yeah, that match was an okay match, and that was the ending to that. So Furnace and the Fun win, but don't get the titles because it was a DQ. And then the final four. Now these were the final four guys in the Royal Rumble after Austin screwed the other three. It was Vader, Bret Hart, Undertaker, and Steve Austin for the world title. The rules were you had to throw your opponent over the top rope to win. I can't remember if pinfalls were even included, or submissions. Pretty decent match. They used it mainly to fuel the Austin-Hart feud. In the end, Bret Hart won. Now, he won the title, and it's sort of a spoiler alert, but not really, because obviously it's already happened years ago. But he loses the title like the very next week, or like in 2 weeks' time, to Sid. So I don't know why they made Sid drop it to Michaels. Michaels give up the title. Yeah, because Michaels, in the meantime, from the last pay-per-view, he gave up the title. He was supposed to face Austin or Undertaker or Vader. He was supposed to face someone, I can't remember. But he just vacated the title because he didn't want to wrestle. And the true story in real life is that Shawn was being a bit of a sports sport because he had to drop the title. He had a little bit of an injury, so he said, "Oh, I can't wrestle because of this injury. I'll just drop it." In the real life, like he said, he had a little bit of an injury, but who knows if he actually was that injured or not. So yeah, so the title was vacant. So these four guys went for the title, and Bret Hart won, and it was an okay match. It was really interesting. This was the real start of where mainstream audiences started to cheer the bad guy. I noticed it with Sid at the Royal Rumble, and I noticed it with a few Raws in between this and the Royal Rumble. The Sid was really getting cheered, and he was the bad guy, and Shawn Michaels was getting a few boos from the crowd. And like Undertaker used a low blow to eliminate Vader from this match, so it was a very interesting time. Overall, I'd say this show was alright, but I wouldn't go out of my way to see it. Apart from the main two matches, the tag team title match with the Owen and Bulldog team versus Furnace and LaFon, and Bret Hart, Vader, Undertaker, Austin in the title match. Apart from those two matches, this card is highly forgettable, and you don't really need to see it. But yeah, okay, show out of 10. If I was going to give it anything, I'd probably give it a 5.5, maybe a 6, because there's nothing groundbreaking, nothing amazing happened. Although it was the first 4-man match in WWE history, like singles guys, so yeah, it was kind of interesting. But anyway, I've blabbered on for too long. If you've not already, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And with that, I'm out. Thank you for watching. Bye.